we shift focus to Ekiti State, where the government has empowered 37 newly trained fashion designers and hairdressers with startup equipment and financial support under the Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment. Adiola Aderibigbe reports.
The Ekiti State Second Chance Education Program is changing the narrative for young girls who once thought their dreams had ended when they dropped out of school. At this graduation ceremony held in Ekiti, 37 girls were celebrated, not just for completing their training, but for rewriting their stories. These beneficiaries are encouraged to make the most of the opportunity and ensure the support seed is nurtured to build a better life.
It represents a profound statement of faith in our people and a clear demonstration of our government's conviction that education remains the most reliable tool for liberation and prosperity.
The state's Commissioner for Education applauded Governor Biodun Oyebanji, saying the program was made possible through his unwavering support and provision of equipment for the graduates.
But His Excellency and Your Excellency, we know them. When they train, when they do capacity building, they support, they ensure you can stand by yourself. Their mantra, this shared prosperity, is not just a slogan. It is something that they are committed to.
Key players at the event commended the initiative, calling it a bold step in tackling inequality and reducing the vulnerability of out-of-school girls in Ekiti communities.
It's showing that we are not only trying to establish them as entrepreneurs, but we're equally doing everything to ensure that they contribute to the economic growth of the state.
In this room today, we're having young ladies, women who are forever empowered and educated. I want to celebrate you. I want to thank you. There's nothing like an empowered woman.
You are graduating today. You are not only graduating. I can't see today as a day of small beginning. It's a day of big beginning for you. Because already you have the equipment to work. So you need to hit the ground running.
The Second Chance Education Program, part of a broader social investment initiatives of the Oyebanji-led administration, continues to give hope to girls who once felt forgotten. Adiola Aderibigbe, TVC News, Ekiti.
Adiola joins me on News from the State. Adiola, from your reporting, the Second Chance Education Program appears targeted at girls who previously dropped out of school. So what kinds of circumstances typically push these girls out of the classrooms in Ekiti or indeed across Nigeria?
Well, thank you, Ibrahim, for having me. The Second Chance Education Program of the state government is specially designed for vulnerable girls, or girls who, by virtue of one circumstance or the other, dropped out of school. And others, maybe pregnancy, there are some girls who dropped out of school due to financial constraints by their parents. So this program, Second Chance Education Program, was specially designed for them. It's a situation where the state government pick these guys across local governments in the state. They train them for a whole year. They train them on a particular trade. Like yesterday, 37 girls graduated. Some learned hairdressing, some learned tailoring. So the state government trains them and ensure that they were given startup kits. Those that learned sewing, yesterday they got sewing machines. Hair dryers were given to those that learned hairdressing. They got startup things, they got financial seeds as well to start life and contribute meaningfully to the development of Ekiti State.
Absolutely. So, but beyond skills acquisition, does the program also offer academic reintegration or literacy support for girls who may want to return to formal education?
What the program offers is not literacy support for girls who want to return out to school. It is an opportunity to ensure that girls who previously dropped out of schools were given an opportunity to live a better life, to ensure that they learn something and they're able to earn a living. That essentially is what the Second Chance Education Program offers in Ekiti State.
All right, TVC News, Adiola Aderibigbe, thank you so much for the update. Thank you. Yeah, Olamide, it's an interesting development to see that girls are being given skills acquisition, because when you say you train a woman, then you're training the entire nation. But what this story that actually took my attention is that of the Kogi State, where that institution got a scare, which turned out to be fake news of abduction, attacks. This is coming on the heels of various attacks being reported across the nation.
I mean, security is a big deal. I understand there are tensions on ground, and I won't necessarily blame anyone who, falls prey to this kind of information. We've had a lot of that in the past few weeks. However, it also calls our attention, not just as journalists, but even Nigerians who take advantage of the social media too. When you get an information, take a pause. Try to assimilate that information, try to confirm before you also share this to the public. A few days ago, we also, heard that there were some attacks also in Niger after the attack, but we had to take a pause in the newsroom to just, reconfirm. That's the havoc that, misinformation can cause. It causes tension, it causes attention, it makes it unable for the government to manage some kind of situation. You saw the FCT also denying some report about early school closure yesterday, of which that information had gone out. So these kind of things, we understand the attention on ground, but people should also, take advantage of, social media to also reconfirm. The social media is a good tool, but it also helps us to, reconfirm. We have a lot of tools in place. It's good that that attack did not happen in that particular university. Right. And this warning is coming from the state government to ensure that all hands are on deck to ensure that, everyone comes out to tackle misinformation, disinformation that we've seen on the rise in the past few days. Most
definitely. When you hear a story, as you've said, you have to doubt it first and then seek confirmation before you begin to share, because everyone has now become a journalist, with their phones right in their palms. It's a convergence of the mass media where you get information, the next thing is for you to share. So before you even share, as you've said, one needs to really, really confirm. Most importantly, they can always also turn to mainstream media to get this information, because not all information they find on Twitter or social media platforms can be said to be correct in the first place.
That's still something I still feel more effort still needs to be made in terms of, taking advantage of the fact-checking tool on social media. Since more attention has now been put on social media, many persons do not necessarily come back to the mainstream media to confirm some of this information. And so you still see some people in this day and age still consuming whatever they just see on social media. And they take
the mainstream media, but then the mainstream media will be the one to now debunk
to also, to debunk some of these things. If we have people who go back to the mainstream media, you still have your newspapers, which is even online, to confirm some of this information. That's a fine place to leave the discussion for now. We see a lot of development also in Cross River State, where the government also, presented some seeds to farmers. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 1. That's it on the news this hour. For more updates on the stories we're monitoring, you can visit our website on www.tvcnews.tv.